This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. I occasionally get asked to kind of go through my guitar collection, and so this video is sort of just a pick of my favourite guitars that I'd pick right now. As someone who kind of demos some of this gear on YouTube, this is maybe a bit more fluid than most people's guitar collections, I would suggest. So these are just things that I've held on to for the longest. This one here is actually a Telecaster that I made in 2015. It's a Mighty Mite neck. The body is like a Boo Boo Guitars was the name of the shop that I got it from on eBay, because it's got like a bit of a routing problem here. Body is Swamp Ash. The neck is kind of skinny for a Tele, and this has ended up being the sort of thing that I really like on a Telecaster. I think I've tried guitars or Telecasters with, you know, like the thicker baseball bat necks, and it's never really felt quite right to me. It's got an Ivana nut, compensated, cheap machine heads, K-line pickups, so he wired these for me. This one's supposed to be sort of like closer to a Strat pickup. 4-way switch, nothing much else interesting in it. I made it in 2015. The ferrules stick out of the back because I didn't install them properly. And, you know, it's a bit rough and ready, but I really like it. Quite a nice weight, not super light, but not, you know, about £7. And, yeah, I have other tellies, and I have had other tellies as well. And this one has tended to actually be the one that I prefer, I think, playing-wise, because of that slim neck. It feels like, I don't know, just feels like what a telly should be to me. This was actually my first Telecaster that I owned, this one that I made. So there's other videos on the channel on it, but I think that's got to be in the list. I have started actually gigging this one again because it's got that 22nd fret. It's got like a hangover. Yeah, it just kind of looks pretty cool, I think. This is one of the new Rev Stars, and this guitar I've also been gigging as well because it's just got a really nice kind of weight to it for a mahogany type guitar. It's like £7, 13 ounces, because it's got some chambering. The older Rev Stars are a bit heavier than these because they didn't have chambering. And the other thing I really like about this, we've got the satin neck. Doesn't have locking tuners, has these Clusen style, you know, with the nylon peg head things. P90 pickups. It's got a focus switch, which I don't actually use live, but that essentially brings out the mids a bit and rolls off the highs. 5-way switch. Anything else interesting about it? Yes, stainless steel frets, and really, really, really nice to play. And a nice kind of comfortable, sort of like a Les Paul 50s style neck, I'd suggest. Quite a nice, comfortable handful. Obviously much better upper fret access than a Les Paul. Quite warm sounding, but yeah, it can basically do anything on these guitars, which is cool as well. But playing it live, again, for the same reason, quite lightweight, 22nd fret, and a really comfortable neck. So that, I think, is in my list of favourite guitars right now as well. This one was actually sent to me by Yamaha. This is the Japanese one. I do still want to try and get a Indonesian equivalent just to do an honest review of that sort of thing and see where the differences lie. But I think the Indonesian ones, particularly for a guitar with stainless frets and the same kind of specs as this, except it doesn't have the carbon fibre, those could be a really good deal. I definitely wanted to not just have a video all about K-line guitars. This one here is the second K-line that I bought. This one I didn't actually like as much as the blue one initially. More recently it went into Monty's. Monty's make pickups, and they also do guitar setups for some people. And yeah, it's got some Monty's pickups in it. Is it 63? I can't remember. I'll find out what exactly they're called. But they're not actually released quite yet. It's the same spec as the blue guitar. Aside from that, the finish has actually started to check on it now, which is starting to look quite cool. It didn't initially have any of that on it. I'm hoping that over time, if I play this a bit more, I've started gigging this one as well, that in time some of this finish may come off on the back. At the moment there's these like little spots where I don't know what's happened to the nitro, but it's kind of a little bit spotty. That's not a problem for me. It's just something that I'm hoping that I can wear through and put some miles on this guitar. But it now plays really, really beautifully, and I think I almost like this one as much as the blue one now. This one I bought for £1,450 on the Fretboard forum. I have occasionally put it up on eBay and sort of changed my mind about it, and I won't be selling it any longer. This one is a Gibson Es165 Herb Ellis. It has had some, I'd say, slight mistreatment in its past. Maybe it's been left in a car or something overnight and brought out, because it's got like this checking all along the top on an otherwise pretty good condition guitar. The reason I bought this, it was £1,500 on that forum, and I kind of wanted to try a Gibson Es175 for a long time, but they're a little bit more expensive than that. And this one popped up. and I thought, yeah, let's give that a try. So I bought it ostensibly for my dad. If you're watching this, Dad, you're not. But yeah, it's a really, really nice guitar, really lively, and has sort of cured my gas for arch tops in general. And I did sell pretty much, well, all of my other arch tops once I bought this. I had some cheaper stuff like an Epiphone Es175, a Pat Metheny PM35, and I just found that this was more lively and did more of the things that I wanted from it. Nice comfortable neck on it. What year is this? I think it's 1990, 91? I think, yeah, 91 or something like that. But yeah, it's only got the one pickup on it, which for me, I don't see the necessity for a bridge pickup in an ES175 guitar. Aside from that, I think it's all stock. Gets a few rattles and stuff like that when you play it, but that doesn't come through in the recordings. So yeah, I really like this guitar when I am reaching for something to play jazz on. To the surprise of absolutely no one, this is my number one guitar. This is the K-Line Springfield, the first one that I bought. I think I got it on the fretboard forum for about 800, 850 pounds. It was at a time when I don't know if K-Line were a particularly well-known entity, and so it was, at the time I was looking for something kind of Fender Custom Shop-ish, but I was like, I'm not going to spend Fender Custom Shop money, and I looked around and read a few reviews, saw this came up, didn't initially like the headstock, so kind of looked past it, and then eventually kind of thought, well, let's give it a try, and instantly I really loved it. They're starting to get like a little bit of wear on the neck now. Monty's did a great job of the frets. It's got Lola Dirty Blondes. Other than that, it's the same spec as the yellow one, and that means it's got a 10-inch radius, 1.65 inch neck thickness, 1605 frets, I think. And yeah, just in general, really nice guitar. Wilkinson hardware is what they use on these. But yeah, I love this guitar. Play it almost every day. I've stopped gigging it just because I don't want anything bad to happen. So those are my favourites. Are there any that you think I should do more stuff on? Anything like that? If there are any guitars that you were expecting to see in this video that you haven't, let me know. If you want to leave a comment and help the YouTube algorithm along, I'll catch you in another video soon. I was using the Timm Alt preset on the Helix or HX Stomp for that intro. If you want to copy some of those tones, feel free to try that. Catch you in another video soon. Cheers. Oh, also, if you want to let me know your favourite guitars, you could comment those and help the algorithm in that way.